It's the 40th Annual Toronto International Festival of Authors, or TIFA. It's 11 days of over-the-top bookish goodness from October 24th through November 3rd on Toronto's beautiful Harbourfront. It is Canada's longest-running festival of words and ideas, and over its long-storied history has welcomed over 9,000 authors from over 100 countries and no less than 22 Nobel laureates. It's the very definition of a big deal. The Giller long list, which was recently announced, also, many of those will be in attendance, including The Innocents' Michael Crummey, Greenwood's Michael Christie, Days by Moonlight, Andre Alexis, Reproductions' Ian Williams, Dream Sequences' Adam Folds, Lampedusa's Stephen Price, and Immigrant Cities' David Ben Mosgis. Now, there's also some other authors that you perhaps have heard of. Uber-Canadian Miriam Taves of All My Puny Sorrows fame and Women Talking. You got Don Winslow of The Border. You have the Oprah Book Club pick and Obama recommendation, Tyree Jones of American Marriage, and perhaps you've heard of Cider House Rules and The World According to Garp. John Irving will also be in attendance. And fantasy writer, not that fantasy writer, Canadian fantasy writer Guy Gabriel Kay of the Fiona of Our Tapestry will also be in attendance. So I am really looking forward to this thing. Okay, so I'm a reader, and not to make this broad generalization, hashtag not all readers, but as a reader I tend towards introversion with the occasional bouts of faking it otherwise really well. But lately I've been trying to emerge from my hermit cocoon and attend a reading here, an author signing there, with an eye towards some bigger events like BEA or the recently held BookNet Fest. And now TIFA. Now, I know how this sounds coming from a middle-aged guy. This isn't some mean tea-spilling hot take, so don't at me. But TIFA is not one of those events that's going to feature a massive booktuber photo shoot or hand out cookies, though I haven't ruled either of those out. Which is to say that TIFA isn't exactly the most booktubery of bookish events, and it has flown mostly under my radar and perhaps yours as well. Which might go a long way in explaining why when I received an email inviting me to an information session about a month ago, while initially flattered, I was a little hesitant about attending what seemed to me a massive marketing cattle call and bookish networking event, which is kind of cool and kind of agonizing at the same time depending on the time of day. Long story short, I did attend. This was no cattle call. There were 12 of us. TIFA had invited 12 of us to be delegates to the conference, or more specifically, 11 accomplished bookish sorts and me. Let's run some of these delegates down for you. We have Stephen Beatty. He's the editor at The Quill Inquirer, which is the New York Times book review / Publishers Weekly of Canada. We have published authors Kevin Hardcastle and Natasha Ramator. Théa Moutanges, whose debut story collection is the first to be published under Vivek Shreya's VS Books imprint. Melanie Ma, whose work has already been optioned for a movie. Anuba Mehta, PhD. I have a booktube channel. Ron Lent needs to stop whatever the hell she's doing right now, resurrect her damn channel, and take the reins here. She would be so good at this. Fine, imposter syndrome, I'm familiar with the feeling. I know enough, I just need to put my head down and get to work, try my best, be grateful for the opportunity, and enjoy the process as it's happening. But can I say, as far as Ontario booktubers go, I think Aaron, over the bibliotherapist, who I'm sure is going to read the entire Giller long list, would be fantastic. And there's Al over at Big Al Books, who brings a smart perspective to CanLit with a focus on Indigenous writers, would be great as well. I hope both of them actually do come out to some of the events at the festival. But fine, they went with a middle-aged Korean guy, and I get it. Us Southern Ontario Asians are really having a moment here. We have Kim's Convenience, Simu Liu being cast as Shang-Chi in the Marvel Universe, and me, Tifa. Totally the same, right? I get it. It's probably because the festival this year is featuring some incredible Korean authors. There is a panel featuring Eun-Soo Kim of The Plotters fame, which I loved, Korean translator extraordinaire Sora Kim Russell in conversation with Thomas King and Teresa Solano, talking about international crime, and I'm all over that session. There is also a new-to-me Korean author, Jun Young Moon, in talks with Andre Alexis, and as far as 1-2 Punches goes, that is jaw-dropping. I will totally be there. Just don't tell Tifa I can't speak Korean. Do you know how much reading I'm going to have to do in the next month and a half? I mean, Robert's BookTube Prize, which is the gift that keeps on giving, I didn't even realize I needed, has really prepared me for the gauntlet of books that I'm going to have to tackle in the next little while. Yeah, I was reading Duck's Newburyport, but I'm going to have to drop that in favor of some serious CanLit reads. Miriam Tapes, she's going to be at the festival, and she's going to premiere the North American theatrical production of her work, Women Talking. I think it's going to be incredible. It's in coordination with the Edinburgh International Book Festival, and there's going to be a talk following it. Awesome. And Angela Davis is delivering a keynote about remaking the 1960s counterculture, which is going to be epic. So I am very enthusiastic about this festival, and I hope that you get a chance to come join me. Tickets are on sale now, and if you use promo code LITLOCAL, one word, then you can get a buy one, get one free pass. I hope you take advantage of that. And I hope you come try and find me at the festival if you do make it down. I think it's going to be incredible. So that's all I have to say as far as the Toronto International Festival of Authors. I'm going to do a lot of checking in because there's going to be a lot of reading that I'm going to have to do in preparation. And maybe I'll talk a little bit about it here on the channel. But that's it for me this week. And one hell of a week it has been. I hope you all have a great week of reading, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.